What's the best part about being a special education teacher? So, okay, I feel like being a teacher here is so much more than just special education. Like it's care, it's really making an impact on these students' lives and their personalities and how they interact with the world. So it's so much more than just special education. We really take these kids and they become part of our family, and they become part of, who we are as people. Really, I feel like each of the kids that I've had has deeply impacted who I am as a person. So I think that's my favorite part of being a teacher.
I agree. It is definitely way more than just teaching academically. You're teaching these students how to be a part of, the world out there. We're getting them out into the community on job sites with internships and stuff. And we start here, like my kids are younger, we're starting the soft skills in my classroom. So hopefully next year they'll be able to move out to the community and get an internship. And we definitely care for those kids. It's way more than just being, a normal teacher.
And then when they get to be about my age, then we're getting them ready to go into the real world. We're getting them ready to be able to interact in the community and really be as independent as possible.
Yep. Do you feel supported when you're in this environment? I would say 1000% yes. I'm a first-year teacher, just graduated college in May, and I'm here. And I have felt supported every step of the way, whether it was, dealing with students, coming up with content to teach the students, different ways to handle behaviors, communicating with parents, everything, I would say, for sure. And it's not just you're supported from your teacher lead, your supervisor, you're supported from other teachers that you work alongside with. If I have a quick question, I run, down the hall and I'm like, hey, help me with something real quick. And everybody is just extremely supportive at Bancroft.
Well, one of the cool things, like one of my favorite parts about working here is that you're not the only adult in the room. Like I know typically when you think of being a teacher, you think of it's one person in front of a classroom of kids, and that's not how it is here at all. You're here with, you've got a team of other, wonderful adults that, you're working with, that are interacting with the students as well. And I've learned so much from my team over the last couple of years that really, having those adult connections is so special and so unique to Bancroft. Because again, in most schools, it's just you and a bunch of,
and maybe one aide.
Exactly, but here you've got for all the kids that you have.
7 other adults.
Yeah, I've got 4 other adults in the room, and we have a blast all the time. And it's just great to be able to take so many ideas. You never feel alone because there's always somebody with an idea, and then you can start off, there have been times where I've started off with an idea and then one of my team members goes, oh wait, I can do this. Okay, you go do that. And then it ends up being a lesson that you didn't even plan.
Exactly.
But it's really, it's such a team.
Right.
What motivates you to stay passionate about teaching special education every day? It's the growth, being able to just see the kids grow. I've had so many students where they come to me and they're not independent with anything, and really the impact that we're able to make on these kids' lives and really mold them and teach them into just doing basic things. Like walking down the hallway is hard sometimes for these kids, and be able to take someone who can't walk down the hallway and all of a sudden they're running down the hallway is super cool. I also think that the personal relationships that you make with the students here is so special. There's something really motivating about having students come into your classroom and running up to you and wanting to see you. And it's just that immediate affection and that immediate, I'm happy to be here. If you're absent for a day and then you come back and then just to see all of them, you're here, that's pretty cool.
That is cool. I definitely agree with that. And it is the little things, like seeing their growth, you know, again, academically, but also socially, seeing who they're becoming as a person. And you know that you're the person that helped them change alongside of your other team members. Like, you made that impact. If a student was, you know, not engaging in anything and now they're coming up to the board because they want to. It's not because you're telling them to, they want to interact. And you know, it's the small things for, you know, some of these kiddos, putting their bowl in the sink, and then eventually they just come and do it themselves. That's huge. Opening up their book bag, putting their binder in. It's all big stuff for them, and you know, these little soft skills that they're building here, that's what's going to help them, you know, become more independent on their own. Yeah.
Why should someone consider working at Bancroft? Oh, because it's awesome. Because it's great. No, it's honestly the one of the wonderful things about working here is that we're an organization, right? So we're not just a school. We're not just a classroom. There's so much more to Bancroft than you probably even imagine. You know, so as I'm looking out here, we have residences, like I have students that are living right behind me, and that's totally cool. The opportunities here are endless. So you can start off as a direct support professional and become a teacher, and then from being a teacher, you can go into administration or go into a BCBA program. There's so many different paths for growth here that you can just, you know, you can just walk in and build an entire career just from being in this one organization. I know I'm doing it, and that's never something that I had ever, you know, that's not something that I ever anticipated having the opportunity. I never anticipated having the opportunities that I have now, but that all comes from being able to work at Bancroft.
And I think that's a big thing. The opportunities are here, and the opportunities are endless, and Bancroft as an organization supports you in those opportunities. Like if I wanted to go into to get my BCBA or become one, then they have a program right here where I can take courses with one of the BAs that, you know, is my classroom BA. Everything is so well connected. And, you know, I've interest in going into administration. I can do that here, which is phenomenal. And I definitely thought about that. Starting my career here, I can end it here. And I might not end it as a teacher, but who knows, maybe I'll end it as a supervisor or a teacher lead. So it's pretty cool to think about all that stuff I can do.
Yeah,
for sure.